Perplexity AI has the potential to transform the way you use the internet and work. It has so many different applications and it's super easy to use. So in this video, I'll walk you through a few basics that you should know about Perplexity AI. So let's get started. Now, as soon as you walk into Perplexity AI, what you see is a very simple, clean user interface. So it's pretty simple and easy to use. So it literally asks you, right, like what do you want to know? So let's say I have a query and I can literally search and type something in the search bar like I would do with Google. So in this case, let's say my query is that, hey, what's the easiest programming language to learn as a beginner? Now, the cool thing is that when I'm searching anything using Perplexity AI, I have the option to use different kind of models. I can use the R1 DeepSeek model, I can use the OpenAI Zoo 3 mini model, and so on and so forth. And of course, some of these options get unlocked when you are using the Pro version of the Perplexity. Even if you're using the regular version, that's still pretty good. So let's see what kind of searches it ends up with. Another pretty cool feature of Perplexity is that it has the ability to search the web for you, search the academic kind of research papers, and also the social pages, so Reddit and Quora and all of that stuff, right? Now, the advantage of this is that, let's say, the kind of query that you are entering. In this case, I'm asking what's the easiest programming language to learn. Of course, I want Perplexity to search the web, but I also wanted to search the social, so Reddit, and see what people are saying about this. So once I type in, let's see the kind of results that I get from Perplexity. Now, as you can see, Perplexity browsed the internet and the social pages, and it kind of took the data from 35 different sources, and then it condensed all that information and presented that to me. So it says that, okay, out of all the different programming languages, maybe Python is the most beginner friendly, and it's giving its kind of version of advantages and drawbacks. And where is Perplexity drawing all this information from all these sources? So in case you have any doubts over the credibility of the information, you can go back to the source and verify the information yourself. And if you want some more detail as well, you can of course go to the source directly and then check it out yourself. And then again, the answer continues where it says that JavaScript and Scratch for visual learners, so on and so forth. But I had asked Perplexity what is the easiest programming language to learn as a beginner, and the answer, it seems to be Python. Now again, another cool thing is that if you go at the bottom, there is this related section. So based on the query that you had entered, Perplexity gives you a few other related questions. So let's say, hey, why is Python considered the easiest language to learn? So that question might pop up, right? So all I can do is I don't have to think, I can just use the related section and try and browse even more to get into more depth of the topic that I'm searching about. Now again, as you can see, Perplexity ran my kind of search, and then it gave me an answer of why is Python considered the easiest language to learn, because of these many reasons: simple and readable syntax, and minimal setup, immediate feedback, so on and so forth. And you can again go through all the information yourself. Again, you don't have to take any of this by face value. You can go back to the sources and verify the information for yourself. Now, another really cool feature of Perplexity is its ability to summarize the information that you wanted to summarize. So for example, if I was going through this article, right, there's a blog post that says how to learn Python from scratch in 2025, an expert guide. And as you can see, it's a pretty long article. Maybe you don't have enough time or enough understanding to go through the entire thing, and you want a simple enough explanation. So you can just go to Perplexity, and here's a prompt that I'm saying that, hey, please go through this article and summarize the article for me in 4 to 5 sentences, and show that you include all the important information in the article and are able to explain it to me in a more digestible manner. And as you can see, Perplexity went through the entire article and it's given me a pretty short summary. So again, even if you did not go through the entire article, you get a gist of what it says, and then you can decide that, right, like, do I really want to read the article or not, and if yes, which parts do I want to. So you can go back to the article and actually go to that specific section that you want to know more about. So it's a pretty good tool which saves your time, boosts your productivity, and makes things easy for you to navigate as you are searching across the web. Another really cool thing is that, let's say you were not able to understand some of the technical terms and jargons, and some of this is too new or difficult for you. So what you can do is that, hey, Perplexity, explain all this to me like I'm 5 years old. So as you can see, Perplexity, while thinking, is figuring out a way to simplify the explanation of why Python is considered the easiest programming language. So it's kind of using these metaphors, right? Okay, Python is like a magic tool that helps you tell a computer what to do. Super easy to learn because it uses words that are simple to understand. You can use Python to do all sorts of cool things like making games, building websites, or even teaching robots how to think. Pretty cool way to summarize what AI does, right? So the best way to learn it is by starting small, so on and so forth. Again, a very simple explanation of the article itself, and it kind of gets you interested to know more about the topic. Now let's say I got curious that, hey, okay, I want to learn Python as a beginner, but I have no idea where to start. Again, you don't have to fret. You can use Perplexity and you can ask it. So I'm asking Perplexity, hey, assume the role of an experienced Python expert and teacher who specializes in teaching Python to absolute beginners. Now tell me, how do I learn Python coding from scratch? And as you can see, Perplexity is navigating the web. It's going through a bunch of websites, different articles, blog posts, Reddit pages, so on and so forth. And it went through good 63 sources to verify and give me this information that, okay, to start Python coding from scratch, follow these steps. And as you can see, even in this very short description, Perplexity has given me first a certain roadmap to follow, second a bunch of recommended resources. So it's given me books, courses, tutorials, platforms, so on and so forth to follow. And on the right, what you can also see is there are these different YouTube videos. It can also redirect you to different YouTube channels and videos, and you can again go back and see some of these videos to get information in a deeper manner. Now another really cool feature, let's say you set this prompt and you got this kind of an answer, and for some reason you're not satisfied or not happy with the answer. So what you can do is you can ask Perplexity to rewrite your answer, and you can ask it to rewrite using a different model. So in this case I was using the GPT, but let's say for some reason I want to use Gemini 2.0 Flash, and I'm running the same query, the same prompt again, and let's see what kind of answer does Perplexity come up with this time. And because it's a different model, so again it's going to evaluate the information, my prompt differently, it's going to work in a different way, and it's going to give you a totally different answer. And again, you can see for yourself which kind of information are you looking for and what works best for your specific use case. But all in all, you can ask Perplexity to rewrite the answer as many times as possible using and experimenting with different AI models. Now again, you have a bunch of information about the specific topic that you are searching for, and you say that, okay, Perplexity, I'm convinced, I'm ready to learn Python, I have a certain roadmap, I have some recommended resources as well. Can you tell me how to actually start and do my study? So what you can do is you can run the same prompt with Perplexity again, and I'm asking that Perplexity come up with a roadmap to learn and a simple learning routine to follow. Include readings and resources that break down the concepts easily and are able to teach me like I am 5 years old. Again, I'm emphasizing the fact that, hey, I'm a complete beginner and I may not know where to start coding. So please explain all of this to me like I'm 5 years old. So Perplexity is going to tailor make all your roadmap, all your learning plan according to your specific needs. So rather than having a teacher, rather than having someone or a mentor, if you don't have access to one, you can always run all of this through Perplexity, and it's going to work like a teacher slash mentor slash consultant of sorts, and it's going to help you get started, right? And as you can see, it's given you a roadmap of how to get started. So in case you have again no idea where to start, you are getting some pretty cool insights on what are some basic things that you need to know. And it's also giving you a simple learning routine, 30 minutes a day. Monday read for 10 minutes, Tuesday go for 15 minutes, Wednesday review, Thursday, so on and so forth. So if you don't know where to start, you can just follow this kind of a routine and just get somewhere, right? And again, the cool thing is that it's giving you practical insights and actionable tips of what exactly to do. And again, it's giving you more and more resources, so books, websites, YouTube channels, and it's giving you some tips as well that how do you make this learning sustainable and fun and easy for you to keep going. Now again, once let's say I have a certain idea of what to do, how to go about learning Python, and I'm asking that, hey, I don't know how to apply this skill in the real world. Can you tell me what are the different tools and technologies that I need to know to apply my Python skills? I actually want to learn it in a way that I'm able to apply it in the real world, right? So are there any real world practical use cases that I need to know about where I can apply my skills as a beginner? So again, Perplexity does all this research again, Reddit forums, different websites, blog posts, so on and so forth, analyzes more than 70 sources, comes up with these kind of topics for you. So if you're curious, each of these categories has a resource attached. So you can just go to the resource, read more about it, and then see what is the kind of area, what is the kind of specific use case you want to know more about, and then you can do your own exploration and get detailed into that. And like we said before, Perplexity can also help you summarize and synthesize that data. So you don't have to spend hours and hours going through each and every post. You can ask Perplexity to summarize all that information for you as well. Lastly, let's say I'm a beginner, I was just curious about Python, and again, I'm taking the example of Python. This could be any skill. It could be cooking, it could be running, it could be fishing, it could be whatever skill you're interested in. You got a bunch of information in literally 5 minutes, from where to start to what to do to how to apply that skill. And let's say after doing all of this deep dive, you're wondering that, hey, is it even worth learning all of this at this time? So you can ask Perplexity that, hey, is it even worth learning Python as a beginner in 2025? So again, I'm seeking some kind of help. I'm seeking some kind of perspective on what do you think, is that skill even going to be useful in 2025? So let's see what kind of answer it comes up with. So it says that yes, it's definitely worth learning Python. Why? Because high demand job security, versatility, easy to learn, strong community support, so on and so forth. And let's say for some reason, again, I'm not satisfied or happy with this response. I'm saying that, hey, please rewrite this answer. This time use a different model. And let's see, with a different reasoning model, does the answer change? If yes, then what are some changes that Perplexity does? So as you can see, this time it's reasoning with the O3 Mini, which is the OpenAI's latest kind of reasoning model. And then it's thinking. This time it's thinking more, and let's see what kind of response it comes up with. So yeah, as you can see, again, Perplexity says that yes, learning Python in 2025 is still a very smart choice, especially for beginners, because of all of these reasons. So even while using a different AI model, it's kind of coming up with a similar answer, but the reasons are similar and yet somewhat different. So you can go through it, make up your own mind, and then see, is it even worth learning for you or not. So again, the idea was to start with something that you have no idea about. In this case, I took Python as an example. It could be anything for you, cooking, swimming, reading, running, anything, any new thing that you want to learn. And you can run a similar kind of search with Perplexity and help it to brainstorm and figure out what is it that you really want to do. If yes, then how do you go about doing that? And you can make your searches a lot more faster, targeted, and easy to use. So you can use all this information to do searches that are way more faster, targeted, save your time, make yourself more productive and more effective in whatever it is that you're pursuing. So there you have it, a few simple basics of Perplexity AI that you should know. I'll keep coming back with more tips and tricks around the topic of AI, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.